This is Brooklyn's finest, Dre Leroy, aka Mr. Genie. We are now here at Hip Hop Galore. Bow. It's thriving slowly. Like we're progressing towards becoming back to being the Mecca again. We still are the Mecca because you still gotta come to New York to collect your checks if you sign to a label. But I definitely would say we are thriving with the Pop Smokes, the Fetty Lucianos. You got Cardi B, A Boogie, Lil TJ. So we're thriving slowly. We got a lot of artists we're not there yet though. I ain't in the door yet, obviously too. But once we get some more feet in the door, some more people, some real music, then we'll be back at that Mecca. It's depending on my mood. It's depending on how I feel. Because music is made off of vibrations and energy. So depending on if I'm in the studio, just record in there and engineer, producer, somebody emails me a beat and I feel it, I'll just record there. If I'm in the album mode or recording an album, I'll write, but I write all the time. I try to stay consistent with writing because I'm a writer. So it's not just, it's all off the top of my head. I'm still a writer because, I at some point in time, I like to write for other artists because I can do that. So it's why not stay consistent in that? But it's depending on my mood or what I really want, my energy at that time. I could be mad, I want to rap about something that makes me mad. Or I could be in a good mood, I want to make something that makes me dance. 9 times out of 10, that's usually what it is because I like dancing. So that's my process for the most part. It's not okay. I don't, it's two ways of looking at that. You got complete ghostwriters writing for people, and then you got the people that say it for all, a whole bunch of people in the room. You vibing, y'all rapping, you come up with a concept, y'all bouncing ideas off of each other. I don't consider that someone writing for you because we all made this song. I had ideas towards the song, you had ideas towards the song, someone else had ideas towards the song. A lot of our greatest songs that we listen to in our hip hop community or culture was created that way. They was created in the fact of, everybody in one room and they came up with ideas. So the complete ghostwriting, I don't jack that. The bouncing ideas off each other idea, that's me. I like that. That's no problem. Ghostwriting completely, nah, it's a dub. You also respected my books. Well, King of Kings is out now. I'm dropping, that came out last year, still out streaming, doing this thing. I got another project called Mr. Genie on the way, because that's my alter ego. Not alter ego, that's my AKA name, Mr. Genie. Earlier this year, I just went through a series of events where I had multiple dreams and things I would tell somebody and then it would happen. Literally 2-3 days later, a day later, I told Moot, I said, my manager, I said, yo, I had a dream you made $10,000. He made $10,000. Out of nowhere. I'm just I don't know. I just had a dream recently that me and my mother is about to buy an IHOP. I don't know where the dream came from, but maybe in a few months we'll be buying an IHOP. Who knows? IHOP, look out for me. But that's kind of how, there's just the Mr. Genie thing, just turning things into fruition, making them, a dream or a vision become real. That's where Mr. Genie came from. So pretty much that whole project's gonna be based off of everything that I vision, I see, that I know is real in my mind is going to become real off of that sound of that project. So that's the goal for Mr. Genie. That's what it's gonna be because I already see it. You got Big, J, Future. A lot of people ask me why Future. Just for his honesty and his sonically, his sound is it has a distinct sound, like how he cadence his flow and how it meshes with whatever beat he's on. That's what I listen to, sonically wise, when I want to harmonize, sing like that in that pocket. Raekwon is another person. Recently, it's been Raekwon. I've been listening to a lot of old music lately for inspiration. Nina Simone, Nat King Cole, Ellis Fitzgerald, Marvin Gaye, stuff like that. I've been listening to old stuff. I haven't been listening to new stuff lately unless like somebody put new music out and I'll tap in and see what it sound like, and then I'll go back to my regular scheduled programming. And I try to not listen to new music because I don't want to sound like nobody else or anybody else's music, honestly, anyway. When I'm in the process of recording or writing on a regular basis, I try to stay out of that because I don't want to sound like nobody else. I want to sound like Dre Leroy. So, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I was at Chinese Kitty's mixtape release party by accident with a series of events. But it sounded pretty good from the songs I did hear. It sounded alright. Megan Thee Stallion is killing the game right now, of course. She definitely has nobody is fucking with her right now. Like Cardi had to say, alright, I'm gonna take care of my family, I'm gonna let her eat. So that's clear as day. Next year, Cardi start coming back into the picture again, but now, Megan's with Roc Nation, she about to plateau even more. But that's really it for female. It's a few other ones. I know Coca was one. I liked her when we did the show. I was like, oh, she definitely did her thing on that show. It's another artist too. What's her name? Yeah, she's dope. She do her thing in Brooklyn. We've crossed paths a few times, not on music level, just in the streets, because we both from Brooklyn, and everybody shop in the same places. So eventually you'll run into somebody. So the music, my aura through the camera is enough for you. I don't have to say much. I don't have to do much. Just me being here today with the lovely hip hop galore is a beautiful thing. And, just know the vision will become real with or without you. Period.